Monsieur le Président.
Merci, Excellence. His Excellency Yahi Boni, His Excellency Prime Minister Hailemariam Desalegn, His Excellency Madame Dlamini Zuma, His Excellency Ban Ki-moon, His Excellency Head of State and Head of Delegation and guests. It's for the World Bank had a long association with ALMA since the beginning of the process, and like Ray just said, we are very, very satisfied by the progress made, but it's a long way from eradicating malaria in our continent, which is one of the main sources of really life lost. We have a gap which is around 3.6 billion that we need to fill if we want to sustain the progress made. Our contribution has been not only financial, because we've been putting large resources in malaria through the malaria booster programs that allow us to put close to $750 million since 2005. But what we've been doing also is working closely with ALMA to retrofit all our programs to be able to focus it on countries which were able to make significant progress. So the contribution of ALMA and the Secretariat and the scorecard that has been presented today has been a guide and an important element for us to be able to adjust our program and to increase our financing in countries we needed those resources. One of the things also that we learned in the process, and I think the country we are a recipient of all these awards are a source of learning for us, is that we need to replicate the successful stories that we have in some countries in the rest of the continent. And the role of our institution has been to learn from those particular countries and replicate those success stories in other countries. And this network that has been developed through ALMA is one of the important contributions that our institution has been bringing. Secondly, we also worked closely towards improving the efficiency of systems. In some cases, resources were available, but bed nets were not made available to populations, and the processes were very slow. So one of our targets has been really to improve the efficiency of systems so that resources flow much faster to the communities and bed nets are made available to our populations. We changed our mode of financing from project-specific financing to what we call now result-based financing, which basically pay against expenditures that countries are executing. And the comfort that we have now to move towards this result-based financing is an indication of the improvement in our systems. I just would like to conclude by saying that following the call from the UN General Secretary and the Special Envoy, we would like also to organize to extend this call for financing to the health sector in general. The health sector in Africa is underfunded generally, and we would like, in the course of this year, in association with the UN General Secretary and the UN Special Envoy, to have a special conference which will be focused on health financing in Africa. And one of the directions that we would like to start discussing is how to link this discovery of new extractive resources of oil, of gas, to result in indicator in human development and particularly in health. I will be able to talk to you about it later when the opportunity is offered, but we believe that one of the contributions of the bank will be really to help creating a forum where we can talk about health financing in general in Africa. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président. Je crois que votre message, nous l'avons reçu et nous gardons ce soutien continu de la Banque mondiale en faveur de nos pays. Je voudrais inviter notre ami le ministre Philippe Toutoulazi, conseiller spécial du secrétaire général des Nations Unies pour les financements innovants, à prononcer son allocution. Monsieur le ministre, merci beaucoup pour le rôle de leadership. Allez-y. Merci beaucoup.
Oui, Monsieur le Président, Monsieur le Président de l'Union africaine, Madame la Présidente de la Commission, Messieurs les présidents de la République, messieurs les ministres, je voudrais être très court. La crise dans laquelle le monde est aujourd'hui va aboutir malheureusement à une baisse de l'aide au développement. Je le regrette. Faisons tout pour que ça continue. J'ai peur que ce soit le cas. Donc, la seule solution est de trouver de nouveaux financements. Je voudrais vous donner un exemple. I want to take you one example. In 2006, we decided in France to add €1 by plane ticket for each traveler. It's an airport tax. $1, €1. In 15 countries now, in 5 years, we raised $2.5 billion. And thanks to this small idea, we can treat 8 out of 10 children already treated against HIV in the world. We treat more than 300 million human beings with malaria thanks to through the Global Fund. So with a small idea like that, it's possible to change the world. After the small levy tax on plane ticket, we can as well speak about a micro financial transaction tax. It's painless for the traveler, it's painless for the state, it's painless for bankers. So it is very important to do that. In France, we did the small levy tax on plane ticket and the small levy tax on financial transactions. Now, in 12 European countries, we decided to do the same thing. Je voudrais également dire que le secrétaire général des Nations Unies était ministre des Affaires étrangères de Corée en 2006, 2007, et il a mis en place en Corée la taxe sur les billets d'avion. Donc je voudrais dire à tous les chefs d'État qui sont en face de moi, c'est très facile à faire, $1 par billet d'avion, et vous pourrez comme ça rentrer dans le club de ces présidents qui font la mondialisation de la solidarité. Nous sommes prêts à venir techniquement vous aider. C'est juste un amendement à la loi de finances qui n'est rien, qui est 3 phrases. Merci à tous.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Ministre. Je crois que cette conviction vous êtes arrivé à nous convaincre. Et merci pour ce que vous avez fait. Je voudrais maintenant inviter Madame Joy, une fille, secrétaire exécutive de l'ALMA, de notre sœur, donc à prendre la parole pour nous présenter le rapport de la lutte contre le paludisme. Ma sœur.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. But since there isn't a lot of time, I would like to request their Excellencies to if possible, find time to read the report that is in your folders. You will see that there has been unmitigated, as was evidenced by the awards here today, and you will see that ALMA has added value in several areas, and we really appreciate your leadership in supporting this value added by ALMA and making sure that the African continent leads the battle against malaria. And we are particularly humbled by the impressive movement on policy indicators and countries that have achieved impact of over 75% reduction in maternal mortality. But I think the topic today of the push for a big push in mobilizing resources, managing the resources better is what we should focus on. So I'll just add the heads of state to look at the report and look at your scorecards. And we commit to continue to work with you and with your Ministers of Health to give whatever support we can. Thank you, Excellency.
Mes chers collègues, je voudrais remercier notre sœur, la secrétaire, pour son discours votre message nous oblige à faire plus d'efforts en termes de financement national pour combler les énormes lacunes en matière de ressources financières pour la lutte contre le paludisme. Nous devons nous engager et nous concentrer sur les efforts déployés cette année et nous espérons pouvoir vous présenter un rapport plus positif lors de notre prochaine réunion qui se tiendra en mai de cette année. Je voudrais maintenant donner la parole à mes chers homologues pour leurs commentaires et leurs réactions. Mon cher aîné, le président Jacob Zuma, voudrait dire un mot et nous en avons besoin. Monsieur le Président, you have the floor. President.
Well, thank you very much, Chair of the meeting, the Chair of the AU, and the Chair of the AU Commission, the Secretary General of UN, and indeed all agencies of the UN were here, and those who have been very supportive to this program. Your Excellencies, heads of states and government, ministers who are with us, ladies and gentlemen, we are truly humbled to receive this acknowledgement from the African Union that we have contributed in some way towards arresting the spread of malaria in our countries. We would like to congratulate the other recipients in this category: Cape Verde, Namibia, Rwanda, South Tome and Principe, South Africa, Swaziland, and Zambia, and other categories as well. We have all qualified for this award because we have reduced mortality from malaria and have implemented either long-lasting insecticide treated nets or indoor residual spraying. South Africa and other SADC countries have initiated a process to eliminate malaria in keeping with the call from the African Union in its 2007 malaria declaration. In South Africa, the goal is to eliminate local transmission of malaria by the year 2018. Let me illustrate what would have happened to our target of malaria elimination if we do not use DDT. In 1996, South Africa decided not to use DDT in its malaria vector control program, in line with the pressure from environmental groups for it not to be used in malaria controlled programs. This resulted in huge increases of malaria cases in the country. Malaria increased from baseline of approximately 1,000 cases in 1995 to 64,622 in the year 2000. The case of this increase was mainly due to the particular species that transmitted malaria, which was once eradicated with DDT had reappeared and was resistant to other types of insecticide. The Department of Health therefore decided to return to the use of DDT in 2000. Subsequently, malaria cases decreased from 26,506 in 2001, with progressive decreases in subsequent years to 9,866 cases in 2011. DDT has therefore remained the insecticide of choice for use in the malaria vector control program in South Africa. This means the environment people are not always correct, or they don't study everything to whatever they put across their views at times. Chair, it is not a coincidence that Swaziland is also an awardee in this category with South Africa, and that Mozambique is an awardee in the policy category. We have jointly implemented the malaria project of the Libombo Spatial Development Initiative, which is a cross-border program in which our 3 countries have participated. Through this collaboration, we have demonstrated massive reductions in each of our respective countries, again due mainly through the use of indoor residual spraying. It is important, therefore, to note that mosquitoes do not respect borders. Hence, we have to ensure that countries that share borders work closely together to ensure malaria eradication. One country working alone will not succeed. I wish to therefore make a call for additional cross-border initiatives such as the Lubombo Spatial Development Initiative and the continued responsible use of DDT for indoor residual spraying. We congratulate our colleagues and neighbors and pledge to continue working with all to eliminate malaria. Thank you very much indeed.
I thank you very much, my elder brother, for your call. And I'd like to give the floor to my elder brother, the President of Namibia. Please, my President, you have the floor. Allez-y, Monsieur le Président.